Hey there friend, welcome to this yoga practice. Today we're doing a beginner's flexibility routine for the back. We're going to begin our practice sitting on the mat. Sitting on the mat is difficult, especially when you're a beginner. So anytime that we're in these seated poses, you can always sit up on a yoga block or cushions or pillows, and that's going to help to make it much easier for you. So when you're ready, we'll come into a pose called butterfly pose or bound angle pose. So sitting up on your yoga block or cushion, bring the soles of your feet together. Now your hands can just rest lightly on your feet or maybe onto the mat in front of you. We're not forcing our knees down here, we're just letting gravity do the work. We'll take a big breath in and then lengthen up through your spine. You can stay here, or to really open up your lower back and gain that flexibility, you can start to fold forward, allowing your back to round, and then bring your nose down towards your feet. So just breathe normally here. We'll stay here for about 3 minutes in total. Start to bring your awareness down into your lower back. That is our area of focus for this pose. So notice that each time you breathe in and you expand your belly, you're also stretching through your lower back. And then each time you exhale and your belly is empty, you might be able to sink a little bit deeper into the pose. And just try your best to keep your attention on your breath. It's completely normal for your mind to drift away here. But each time that you notice your mind has drifted, just try, come back, follow your breath. Feel that sensation within your back. Now there's a few little secrets to flexibility. One of them is consistency and the other one is long hold poses. So starting with a 3-minute hold is a great way to start for a beginner. With time you might try work up to a 5-minute hold, and that's really going to help you to gain that flexibility in your back. So just about another minute here. Challenge yourself just to stay with your breath, with your body. To come out of the pose, you can take a breath in and then use your hands against the floor to push yourself up, slowly straightening up that back again. So to release the pose, you can lean back on your hands, bring your feet to about hip distance apart, and then we'll do a few windshield wipers, just dropping the knees to one side as you exhale. Inhale to lift them back up. Exhale to the opposite side. And just getting rid of any leftover tightness from your hips here. When you're ready, we'll come into our next pose, which is a wide leg forward fold. So again, you can stay sitting up on your blocks or cushions and then bring your feet as wide apart as they'll go. So whatever is comfortable for you here. Then we're inhaling again, lengthening up through the back, And as we exhale, we'll start to roll forward, walking the hands slightly away from you, and then dropping your nose towards the floor. So we have lots of options here for this pose. If you find that your knees are bothered, you can just tighten up through your quads to lock your knee joint. You can also have the soles of your feet on the floor here and keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need. So once you've figured out what works best for you, we'll settle down into this pose. Again, we're working our way up to a 3-minute hold here. Just letting gravity and your breath do the work. Inhaling to lengthen up through your back. And then each time you exhale, you might be able to sink a little bit deeper into this pose. Use your next breath in now to push yourself away from the floor, rolling back up. You can keep your feet out wide. This time we're going to rotate our upper body over our right leg. Again, inhale to lengthen up through your spine, and then as you exhale, you can reach towards your right leg. So it doesn't matter where your hands land. Just grab somewhere along that right leg and then sink your nose down towards your right knee. And just taking a short stretch here. You might notice this along the left side of your body, opening up all these muscles around the side and the back of your body, helping to create that back flexibility. Remember, it doesn't matter how the pose looks. We're just focusing on how it feels. Take one more big belly breath in. As you exhale, you might be able to sink a little bit lower. And then use your next inhalation to lift yourself back up towards center. Rotating ourselves towards the left leg now. Inhale to lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, folding over the left leg this time. Maybe dropping nose towards knee. Each inhalation stretches through the right side of your body this time. And just keep your focus down in your back. Just imagining all of those muscles opening and lengthening, releasing any tightness that you have in there. Taking one more big breath here. And then inhaling, making our way back to center. So you can start to bring your feet back in beside each other. It might take a few seconds for them to realize that you want to move again. And then when you're ready, you can sit with your legs out long in front of you. So we'll make our way into a simple forward fold here. Again, sit up on cushions or blocks to make this pose a little bit easier. Feet are together. We'll inhale to lengthen up through the spine, reaching fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinging forward, dropping our hands wherever they land, either on the legs or either side of the legs. Relaxing nose towards knees. And again, here you can always keep a bend in your knees, especially if your hamstrings are feeling tight here. So this time we want to try to avoid rounding our spine. We want to keep the back as straight as possible. So if you find yourself hunching over to get into the pose, just take a bend into your knees instead, and that's going to help you to keep your spine straight. So settling into this pose now, finding what works for you. Remember again, we focus on how it feels, not on how it looks. We tend to get very caught up in touching our toes within yoga, but you really don't have to do that. Just do whatever works for you. So maybe feeling that stretch all the way from the lower back, through the middle back, and in your upper back as well. So this is a really great pose to find that back flexibility. Connect to your breath again, sending your breath all the way up and down your back as you breathe in and out. Now we're going to hold this pose for a little bit longer, about 5 minutes in total. We really are targeting the full back here, so we're going to stay here, opening up those muscles, gaining that flexibility. Each time you inhale, you might be lifting yourself out of the pose a little bit. But then as you exhale, you might be able to sink your nose a little bit closer to your knees, maybe even walking your hands slightly away from you. In just a few more minutes here, you're doing really well. If your mind has drifted, bring it back to your body, back to your breath. Now we'll use our next inhalation to slowly roll ourselves back up. Coming back to sit on the mat, we'll just release this pose by coming into reverse tabletop. So shoulders can come up towards the ears. Drop your palms behind you with your fingers facing your body. Bend your knees, soles of the feet onto the mat, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Gently drop your head back. We're only staying here for a few seconds. Keep the hips nice and high. Keep breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring the hips back down to the mat. Send your left leg out long and keep your right foot in close to your body. We'll just release the back now with a little twist. So you can hug your left arm around this right knee. Bring your right hand in behind your tailbone as close to it as you can get it, and use that right arm to prop up your spine. Inhale to lengthen, and then as you exhale, slowly start to rotate your torso, maybe eventually looking back over your right shoulder. Each inhalation lengthens, each exhalation helps you to twist a little bit deeper. Making our way back to center now, we'll take it to the other side. Right leg out long, left knee comes in. Hug your right arm around this left knee. Left hand comes in behind the tailbone. Prop up your back. Inhale, and then exhale to twist, looking back over your left shoulder now. We'll slowly start to make our way back to center. You can just come into a seat on your mat, whatever way is most comfortable for you. You can bring your palms together at your chest, maybe close your eyes, bow your head towards your heart. Take a really big breath in. Feel every muscle along your back open as you breathe in, and then exhale, releasing that tension. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out this playlist. It has lots of beginner flexibility routines, each focusing on a different area of the body. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out, and it's a great way to support free yoga on the internet. So until next time, namaste.